It's been a pretty hectic weekend for me, I'm not gonna lie. Pretty hectic weekend. This past Friday, I decided to head out, which I don't usually do. I'm usually a bit of a hermit, usually a bit of a shut-in, usually a bit of a recluse, but I decided to head out to the one and only Color Factory for a little bit of Inferno fun. It was their compilation release party. I don't really know much about the compilation, I'm not gonna lie. I probably should do a little reaction to it, but I decided to go anyway for this little compilation release party. And you know what Inferno is about, you know their vibe. I don't have to describe much to you here. I do remember on this particular pod I sung their praises throughout the years I've been there, and I've also uploaded a pretty decent little recording of what went down one time I was in there, which kind of got me in a lot of trouble at the time of doing it, not gonna lie. I do remember one bouncer in particular, or one of those sort of like what are they called, one of those sort of like, I don't know if they're called like safety wardens, I forgot what they called, but they call them a particular name. When you go to like a kink party, they called something, some sort of warden person, safety coordinator came up to me and was like, hey, your recording's making people feel uncomfortable. I was like, brother, I'm literally pointing it towards the roof. If you see the video on my channel, you see what I mean. I'm not zooming anyone's faces, I'm literally pointing it towards the roof, towards the direction of people are playing, and people make us like, okay, I guess we're in one of these like sensitive spaces where everyone's just, you know, whatever. So yeah, you know, whatever. I ended up recording a little bit of it anyway. Still, the person that kind of told me off was kind of nice about it anyway, so whatever. But I do enjoy going there, mostly because it's not that far on a bicycle. You know, whether I'm riding my fixed gear, whether I'm riding a e-bike, it's not that bad. This time around I did a smart thing, because there's quite a lot of hills where I'm at and I was wearing a decent little outfit. I decided not to cycle all the way there. When I did encounter a hill, I just pushed the bike up, and then I did the same thing going down, just so I wouldn't arrive there completely covered in sweat, which is a fairly decent thing to do, because you know you don't want the person searching you to be like, ew. Even though most security guards nowadays, you know, they wear those black street food gloves, you know, those black latex street truck gloves, the fucking tattoo artist gloves, which I don't really understand really. You're probably better off wearing like actual gloves, like mechanic gloves, just in case, you know, something sharp in someone's pockets, but whatever, not my business. I ended up rocking up there kind of late, not gonna lie, maybe about 1ish a.m. or something. And yeah, man, number one, I think I got I think I got charged a cisgendered tax as well when I went in there, because the price was a little bit let's just say more expensive, you know. But I already was there, so it was a bit too late to turn around and go somewhere else. I was meant to actually go to Fold. I was meant to go. I actually ended up getting a free ticket to go to Fold to see fucking Dax J, but I woke up too late, and by the time I was heading out there, I thought I'd have to pay. So I probably should have went to Fold anyway. To be honest, I probably should have went and followed through and went to Fold, because that would have been better. But I just didn't want to. It's a longer journey back, you know. I was like thinking about the journey more so, which I guess kind of shows you where I'm at in life, and where I'm thinking about the journey as opposed to the enjoyment. So I probably should have gone to Fold in all cases, but regardless, I didn't. And yeah, man, it was fine. It was fine. It was fun. Big up Shake, by the way. Big up Blood Clot Shake. I saw him play from about 1:30 for like 2 hours or so. Danced my fucking back off. I was fucking enjoying every single minute of it. So big up Shake. He absolutely fucking killed it. Definitely one of my favorite DJs out there right now. I keep telling you about this guy, but you niggas don't listen. So make sure you listen to me when it comes to fave DJs. But one thing I did realize being in there, right, as somebody from the hetero crowd, was that, you know what Inferno kind of reminds you of in terms of like feeling? Because I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie. I think the best thing about a scene sometimes is sometimes feeling like you don't belong, you know. I think that's a good thing. It's kind of a nice balance. It's like, I remember I had the same sort of thing with like skateboarding, but skateboarding was a bit too much. Skateboarding, they vibe you out a little bit too much in that community. So much so, that's why earlier on when I got into the scene, I fucking hated Slam City Skates, there's this one guy who used to work there. I forgot his name. If you know, you know. There's one guy who's working Slam City Skates. Kind of a short dude. He'd have his hat. He'd wear like hats, and he was right, really rude and just a cunt in general. But again, maybe not his fault. I think that's just how it is with skateboarding. But I do remember being in that sort of scene and feeling like, oh, you know, it's just a little bit, you know, they make it a bit too difficult to get involved. But I think a little bit of difficulty is a good thing, because it kind of makes you behave. It kind of makes you, want to take part. It kind of makes you want to show out a little bit to kind of, you know, was it to prove to people that you belong there, but, you know, to kind of make sure everyone feels like you're not there just to like cause trouble, cause a havoc, or touching people's boobs and stuff. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just a thing. Now, when I went there, right, to Inferno, the first thing I kind of felt like was like, I was thinking to myself this, right, when I was in Inferno. The thing that makes this place kind of funny, and the reason why I think if you're one of the stragglers out there and you want to go, I'd say, you know, maybe think, I won't say think twice, but just be aware. If you're a straggler and you want to go to Inferno, I would describe it like this. Imagine you had a work colleague, right, that you were best friends with. Like, forget work husband, wife, you know, work wife. You know, when you meet like a bestie at work, like a really good friend, and you even hang out with him or her outside of work, right? You like this person, you're cool, you spend a lot of time together, you always on fucking Slack and DMing each other, you're on Teams talking to each other, you nip off to go to the toilet sometimes together, you eat lunch together, you know? You love it when you go out for beers with your work colleagues, like you both kind of stay out a bit longer, bloody blah blah blah, right? You talk about each other's problems, talk about each other's relationships, hookups, business ideas, promotion, complain about managers. You're really cool. But then that work colleague of yours invites you to their birthday party, and it's with people that you have never met, right? It's their friends outside of work who you've never met. They've never met your friends too, but because they're your best friend and you like them, you go to their birthday party. Now, when you go to this birthday party, guess what? It might be a good birthday party, but you don't know anybody there, really, outside of your friend. And it's your friend's birthday. They don't want to just stand next to you. They're with their friends. They're going to be wanting to talk around. You want to go mingle, but you just feel a little bit left out, a little bit. It's not enough for you to kind of go in a strop and go home, but it's enough for you to question your life choices. It's enough for you to think, it's enough for you to be aware that you kind of don't belong there. Now, would the people there notice if you left? Probably not. Would they probably enjoy themselves more if you weren't there? No, I wouldn't say so, because they enjoy themselves anyway. But you are keenly, acutely aware that you do not belong there or know anybody. That's the feeling I get whenever I go to Inferno. Now, it also doesn't help that I don't exactly participate, right? Because Inferno is known for being a big, it's sort of like, it's basically a performance, right? It's like a living, breathing hive performance art piece in a way. No, it's actually not that. It's a collective performance art piece, right? Everybody's sort of like performing in their own way with the outfits and shit. Big up this one person in there, right, who, you know, kind of overstepped by thinking that they were dressed up as, like, you know, the things from Stranger Things, the Gorgons or whatever, those monsters. And he's like, no, I'm just a star. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll shut up and stop asking. But there was some interesting interactions that I had, most of which I would say didn't go too well, right? I think I cleared the dance floor a couple of times with some interactions, but I don't know if that was because of my lack of being able to conversate or to hold cold crusher or to not fucking freak out people, or if it was more to do with them being like, you know, a little bit stush, which I understand because it's their scene. I'm a guest in there, bloody blah blah. We get it, but the tax that I paid to get in was fucking hilarious, by the way. 33 quid, like, oh. And then once you get in there, you quickly realize that, oh, number one, I should have probably made more effort in my outfit, and number two, this is like their thing, you know, your guest nurse is like their thing, have a good time, but this is their thing. But big up Shake though, really enjoyed Shake's performance. He absolutely smashed it. Got to see a little bit of Brother Set kind of doing his thing over there too. Got to see a little bit of Louis G. Burton as well, two of the co-founders of Inferno, with a nice sort of speech. I'll probably include those clips later on. which I took on my phone. But all in all, not too bad of a night. Not too bad of a night. Not too bad. Again, Colour Factory is one of my favourite clubs in London, actually, to be honest. Great little vibe. It's sort of like they've changed the layout of it. Like the balcony kind of extends way more out now, which is really interesting. So you kind of have this huge, you kind of have a pretty big dance floor area in the balcony. It's kind of impressive. And yeah, I didn't mind it. Big up Inferno. I recommend you check out what they do. As you can see, here's a bit of the blurb. It says, this night marks the official launch of Inferno 10 collection, a 25-track sonic archive of all the artists, performers, DJs, and visionaries who have kept the fire burning for the past 10 years. Expect DJ sets, live performance from the contributors across the whole globe, weaving together queer techno, trans-led protest energy, and raw joy of a community that refuses to disappear, which I love. Room 1 to be Shake, Luce Burton, B, back-to-back of Wax Wings. There was someone called White Pratter who I missed, and Bravo Set who I saw a bit of. Room 2 was Astrid. Oh yeah, Room 2 was actually really good too. I'll put a clip of that as well included. Room 2 was fucking great. Whoever was in there, they absolutely killed it. I actually got a tune ID from one of them as well. I got a tune ID from one of them, and the tune ID was someone called Finger Gap, Tian Mi Mi. Killed it, that track. Whoever that is, Finger Gap, Tian Mi Mi, you absolutely killed it. Somebody called Astrid Gnosis, someone called Princess ZZ, someone called Piss Z, someone called Love Cat, and someone called Haznat. Special performance was by Young Boy Dancing Group. Live performance of artists featured in Inferno 10 collection. There's no strict theme at this time, but we call on you to come dressed in power, experimentation, and expression. Honor the queer and trans ancestors who danced before us. Come as your most powerful, sexy, confident, ungovernable selves. And if it all fails, you can always wear red. We've introduced a limited number of solidarity tickets for those who wish to support our low-income ticket scheme and ensure Inferno becomes accessible to all. I didn't get that, by the way. I did not get that. I got charged the hetero fee. This is just not the part. It's a cultural institution and ritual and the vibe. It's the beginning of the end. You're invited to be a part of it. So big up Inferno.
Whereas the media or governments make me feel like shit about myself. That is standing in your power. They will make you believe that they hold the power, but as long as they don't take yours away, you have the power! spaces like Inferno are so fucking important for our community. They've been a space for us for hundreds of years. They've acted as our community centers. These are our places of power. And I want each and every fucking one of you to remember, when you feel powerless, when you feel like the systems are against you, remember nights like tonight, in rooms like the tonight,